Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the financial jargon so you don't have to. Today we're looking at a report from First Northwest Bancorp, and let's just say there's a new face joining the board, and it might hint at some interesting shifts. First off, this is a pretty standard current report, or an 8K filing, that companies put out when something significant happens. Think it like a company's daily newspaper, but only for really big news. The big news here is a leadership change, or rather a new addition to the leadership team. The date of this report is July 22nd, 2025. This is important because it tells us when this event was officially announced and made public. This filing is for First Northwest Bancorp, a company that operates in the banking sector here in the United States. Their stock is traded on the NASDAQ stock market, which is a major exchange where you can buy and sell shares of many well-known companies. The main section we're focusing on today is item 5.02. This is where companies report changes in their top management or board of directors. It's like checking out who's joining or leaving the team at the very top. So the big news dropped on July 23rd, 2025. The board of directors for both First Northwest Bancorp and its main banking arm, First Fed Bank, have officially welcomed Diane C. Davis as a new director. This means she's now part of the group that makes the big decisions for the company. Ms. Davis's role starts right away, and she's expected to be with the company until at least their shareholder meeting in 2026. Companies usually nominate directors for re-election, so it's likely she'll stay on longer if her performance is good. She's not just a regular director, she's actually joining two important committees. First, the Nominating and Corporate Governance Committee. This committee is really key. They're the ones who decide who else gets to be a director, and they also oversee how the company is run and make sure it's following all the rules and doing things the right way. Having a new person on this committee can often signal a fresh perspective on how the company is governed and who gets to have a say in its future. And on top of that, she's also on the Board Loan Committee for First Fed Bank. This committee deals with significant loans, so it shows that the company trusts her judgment on financial matters, especially when it comes to lending money, which is a core part of a bank's business. The report also explicitly states that Ms. Davis doesn't have any personal deals or relationships with the company that need to be publicly disclosed, which is good for transparency. Basically, no conflicts of interest that they know of right now. Now, let's talk about what Ms. Davis will get paid for her work. Like most outside directors, her compensation will be in line with what the company normally pays people who aren't full-time employees but sit on the board. For the year 2025, these outside directors get a base payment called an annual retainer of $36,530. This is a pretty standard amount for a director's base pay. On top of that, directors get extra money for serving on committees. The Audit Committee, which deals with the company's financial reports and internal controls, pays $4,800 per year. For other main committees like the Nominating and Corporate Governance Committee she's on, it's $2,800 per committee. It's interesting to note that they don't pay extra just for showing up to meetings. This setup encourages directors to be actively involved in the committees and broader board discussions rather than just attending individual sessions. And here's a big part of her compensation package. Ms. Davis will also receive company stock worth $50,000 based on the stock price in early September of 2025. This stock won't be hers immediately. It will be given to her in 3 equal parts starting in September 2026 and then over the next 2 years. This is a common way to tie a director's compensation to the company's long-term success. If the stock price goes up, her compensation goes up too. Finally, we have item 901, which lists the exhibits that come with this report. Think of exhibits as the supporting documents or actual evidence for what the company is reporting. The most important exhibit here is exhibit 99.1, which is the actual press release that First Northwest Bancorp issued on July 23rd, announcing Ms. Davis's appointment. This is usually where you find the official announcement and sometimes a bit more detail or quotes. As with all official filings, we have the signatures confirming that the information provided is accurate and that the company is taking responsibility for it. This signature is from Geraldine L. Bullard, who holds multiple important titles: Interim Chief Executive Officer, Chief Operating Officer, and Executive Vice President. Her signing indicates that the company is officially submitting this report. Overall, the appointment of Diane C. Davis seems like a positive step for First Northwest Bancorp. Her focus on governance and her role in the loan committee suggests the company is prioritizing solid oversight and financial decision making. The stock component of her compensation is a good sign that she's personally invested in the company's future performance. While this filing doesn't give us deep financial statements, it highlights a strategic addition to the board that could signal future direction. We'll be keeping an eye on how her influence shapes the company's path forward. Alright, that's our breakdown of First Northwest Bancorp's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think adding Ms. Davis will bring positive changes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to check out our Discord community in the description below for more discussion and insights. Thanks for watching. See you next time.